Okay, good afternoon. I am Vanessa, my colleague is Cristina, and we are the A team. So, during the 7 minutes that this presentation lasts, 5 people will die of malaria in the world. So, malaria is an infectious disease that is caused by a parasite transmitted by a mosquito. Malaria affects people that live in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. But malaria also affects the 135 million people that travel to these regions every year. So malaria can be treated and can be prevented. However, there are several problems associated with the current anti-malarial prophylaxis. The most problematic is the toxicity of these compounds. So 30% of people that take anti-malarial prophylaxis exhibit adverse side effects, such as hallucinations, anxiety, fever, diarrhea, vomits, etc. In addition to the toxicity of anti-malarials, there is a problem of resistance. Almost all the compounds available for malaria prevention in the market have already generated resistance. So parasites resistant to the drugs are spread throughout the world. And finally, all these therapies, all these prophylactic measures rely on oral administration, which makes that protection is totally dependent on compliance to treatment, which is low because it's oral. So the infection of malaria starts when the mosquito bites you. The mosquito injects the parasite under the skin, and this parasite immediately travels to the liver, where it stays for a period of a week, confined, growing and maturing, until it forms the merozoid form of the parasite that is released to the blood, spread throughout the body, and causes the symptoms of the disease. So these symptoms that start like a flu-like symptom can, if left untreated, end up in very severe syndromes such as cerebral malaria, severe anemia, or severe acute lung injury. All the current prophylaxis available in the market target the parasite while it's spread throughout the entire body, inside our red cells. And the number of parasites that need to be killed at this point is huge. So we need a very big amount of compound to be able to eliminate all these parasites. Our technology aims to target the parasite while it's still confined in the liver, where it's in lower numbers and easier to tackle. And for this, we need much less compound because there are fewer parasites, and makes our technology 80% more efficacious than the current prophylaxis available. So, but how does our technology works? Basically, our compound acts in the liver metabolism and cuts the food supply to the parasite. Because it has no food, it dies and it cannot come out to the blood and cause disease. Our product is a combination of 2 compounds that are repurposed for malaria, that are already FDA and EMA approved and off patent, and it will be delivered in the dermal patch that we called ComBDD. So our product ComBDD combines the benefits of our technology that are higher efficacy and no resistance with the benefits of the dermal delivery system, which allows for a dosage control and easy application, resulting in protection without side effects. So I think Mr. Bill Gates will be one of our very first customers because he doesn't like to have strange dreams. So, and now I'll pass to my colleague, Cristina.
Almost 50% of the countries in the world are endemic for malaria. As Vanessa said before, 135 million people are traveling to these areas every year. These travelers are tourists for business, for holidays, NGO professionals, or troops going in a humanitarian mission. So this is our market. But our initial target market will be travelers from US and from Europe going to these areas. These represent about 85 million people. But of course, we are thinking to expand our market to other countries like Canada, Brazil, Japan, and especially China, because they are increasing a lot the business in Africa. So for travelers to buy our compound, our product in pharmacies, they will have to wait just 6 years. Before that, we will do some preclinical assays in order to define our product, and some clinical trials in order to define the safety and efficacy of our product. We already gave some first steps with European funding, defining our technology and filing the patent of our product that we did at the beginning of this year. For the preclinical assays, we need $2 million. And for the clinical assays, we will need $13 million. However, we are thinking to license our technology just right after proving the safety of our product. For that, we will need $3.8 million in total. Here we have an example of a company, Otsuka, that licensed one product, also for prophylaxis, migraines, with a market size very similar to ours, 100 million people, and they licensed the technology for $50 million. But let's numbers speak by themselves. So we are gonna sell our product in Europe for $70 and for $200 in US. That means that the prediction is we will have a cumulative cash flow in the third year in the market of $300 million. So this is a team, the other A team. So we are two research scientists that we have together more than 20 years of experience in malaria research, two management students, Catarina and Tomás, that help us a lot with the financial part, and two mentors, Filipa and João. So forget about the nasty pills. Combidity is an anti-malarial dermal patch with no side effects and very easy to use. So just invest just your precious time planning your trip, and we will plan your safety. Thank you.